so excited. I love Greek mythology so much. This is such a great group of fifth graders. This project has expanded over the years from when we were 82nd Street on the Commons. It had many of the same elements, but it's definitely now we're in a theater, which is so cool. We added a song this year. It sort of just keeps getting bigger and more exciting, which I think is appropriate as fifth graders are about to go into sixth grade. This is their sort of one of their big send-off shows. I'm so excited also today that we have some first graders here. So welcome first grade. First graders, just reminding, I know your teachers talk to you, just remember in an audience, you can laugh if it's funny, you can applaud if somebody does something nice like sings a solo. But we just always keep our appropriate audience behavior, right? I'm so glad that you're here for the teachers for bringing you in. I would love to introduce our Class 5B chorus. Roxy Zamani, Class 5B student.
Welcome teachers and students. Thank you for coming in our Class 5 presentation in mythology. Theater can be traced all the way back to ancient Greece, where it originated as a religious ritual honoring the god Dionysus. Our modern theater borrows much from ancient Greece, including technical design, physical comedy, and stories of heroes and heroines who go on epic journeys. The Greeks valued the power of the spoken word, which was the main telling of storytelling. The chorus was a group of actors who described and commented upon the main action of a play, with the song, dance, and recitation. Here at Marymount, we also love to share our creative and powerful voices through storytelling and the spoken word. Today we will reenact to you 4 myths: the myth of Arachne, the myth of Daedalus and Icarus, the myth of Pandora, and the myth of Persephone. So please join me in welcoming the Marymount Greek Chorus to the stage.
The citizens of ancient Greece marveled at the wonders of the world around them.
They were transfixed by the power of volcanoes.
Ooh, lava! They pondered the change of seasons.
After a long, cold winter, the flowers began to bloom. And if you go to the beach, you can catch a gnarly wave, dude.
And they were amazed by the stars that lit up the nighttime sky.
And so the citizens of ancient Greece created gods and goddesses, each with powers, each with a story to explain all of life's mysteries.
The gods and goddesses lived together on Mount Olympus.
A mountain so high that no human could see their activity.
At the start, there was Gaia.
I am Gaia, source of all life. I came out of the darkness so long ago that no one knows how and no one knows when.
There was her grandson, Zeus.
I am Zeus. I am the powerful of all gods. My weapon is a lightning bolt. With that, I can govern the sky and earth and secure my place as the most powerful of all gods.
He's all about that bolt,
More thunder.
Zeus had 2 brothers.
I am Poseidon, god of the sea. My weapon is the trident. When I strike the water, the waves rise up high in the sky.
I'm Theseus, son of god Poseidon. I'm famous for slaying the fearsome Minotaur.
I am Hades, god of the underworld. My weapon is the cap of invisibility. When I wear it, I can move around without being seen and sneak up on my enemies.
I am Demeter, the goddess of fertility. I tended the fields and flowers, my daughter Persephone.
I am Hestia, the keeper of the hearth and tender of all the fires of the world.
I'm Hera, the goddess of marriage and family. I'm also Zeus's wife.
Zeus shared his throne on Mount Olympus with his brothers and sisters. Together they served as the major gods of ancient Greece.
You should have seen their family reunions.
I am Ares, son of Zeus, god of war. I'm always very busy and have my sword and shield at my side.
I'm Aphrodite, the goddess of love. People love to paint my picture.
I am Hermes, herald and messenger to all the gods. Hey, I just bring the news, I don't make it.
I'm Persephone, the daughter of Demeter and goddess of spring. It's nice to be back from the underworld. More on that later.
I'm Athena, goddess of wisdom and art. I'm a real headache to my father Zeus.
I'm Apollo, son of Zeus, god of the sun. You can thank me for all your lovely charms.
I'm Dionysus, the youngest of all the gods and the god of one. I'm so popular, I get invited to all the parties and celebrations. Woo! The gods and goddesses had a wonderful time on Mount Olympus. They feasted on ambrosia and nectar, which heightened their immortality. Eat up. But in addition to all their power, the Greek gods and goddesses had many human flaws as well, like jealousy, curiosity, and greed. The people of ancient Greece worshipped these gods and tried their best to keep them happy. They believed that if there was a thunderstorm, the gods in the middle of a heated argument.
And if it was sunny, that meant the gods were getting along.
Though the humans could never climb to the top of Mount Olympus, the gods often descended down to earth disguised as humans or animals. They were mischievous gods and couldn't help but cause trouble.
Who? Us?
Today we share 4 stories.
All of them lessons about what happens when you anger the gods.
We proudly present the Greek myths.
The myth of Arachne. Athena was the daughter of Zeus. After Zeus swallowed her mother, the goddess Metis, Athena sprang forth from her father's head. Fully grown and wearing the armor and helmet that her mother had made while inside Zeus's body. Athena was wise and strong, the goddess of wisdom and Zeus's favorite child.
My dear Athena, you are my most treasured child. I will grant you any wish you desire. Simply ask and it shall be so.
Though I am the goddess of wisdom, I long for creativity as well. Kind Father, bless me with the gift of artistry, and I shall be content. Zeus kept his promise, and Athena became a master of craftsmanship and goddess to the artists. She was the inventor of the loom and presented her gifts for all mankind to enjoy.
With this invention, I can create the most exquisite tapestries using colors from the universe. Threads spun from the softest clouds, red from the sunset, blue from the sky.
Everyone in Greece worshipped the artistry of Athena until one day a young maiden, the proud Arachne, challenged the goddess.
Excuse me, who dares challenge the goddess Athena?
Patience, please, I'm just getting to that. Arachne was a young girl who lived in Lydia, famous for its purple dye. Her joy was weaving, and she wore the most beautiful clothes anyone had ever seen.
Look at my craftsmanship. I make men weep at my work and the skill of my hands. I'm the greatest in craftsmanship since the world began itself. No doubt. In fact, call me crazy, but I think I can be better than Athena herself.
Oh no!
Oh, yes.
Athena heard this, of course. The gods were always very quick to hear criticism and even swifter to act against it. Athena was hurt and dismayed by Arachne's words, for she truly cherished mortals and only wished for their betterment. However, this disrespect could not go unpunished.
You poor child, you don't know how foolish you are.
Athena disguised herself as an old woman and went down to earth to give Arachne an opportunity to correct her mistake.
Your work is beautiful, child, but do you dare compare yourself to the goddess Athena? Why not be content to be the best among the mortals and leave the work of the gods to themselves?
Because I'm better than the gods. Let Athena come measure her skill against mine.
And with that, Athena threw off her disguise.
Foolish Arachne, I'm the goddess Athena, the very goddess you have dared to mock. Your wishes come to pass. Sit at your loom and let us compete. Your own villagers will be the judge and jury. 7 days from now, you will set your spindle in the meadow, and I shall set mine in my place, and we shall have a contest. If you win, I shall refrain from any punishment. If I win, it is your life.
On the day of the competition, Arachne and Athena sat at their looms to begin their work. The villagers came from near and far to witness this magical sight.
rich and beautiful canvas. It was no match for the goddess Athena, who seemed to weave the very sky into her fabric.
Dear goddess, please spare me for my vanity. It is true, you are the greatest in craftsmanship. Please spare my humble little life.
I take pity on you, Arachne, for though you are a proud girl, you are in fact talented. I shall spare your life, but since you seem to enjoy weaving so very much, you must spend your life weaving. Forever. So that you may never forget the fate that befalls on those who challenge the gods. And with that, Athena changed Arachne into a spider. Go on, foolish girl. Spin your thread and weave your empty net forever. And that is why spiders are called arachnids by those who know them best.
The myth of Daedalus and Icarus. Daedalus was a Greek inventor, architect, and craftsman of marvelous skill.
Why, thank you.
He is credited with inventing carpentry, including tools like the axe, the saw, and glue. He is said to have been the first to invent sails and masts for the ships in King Minos' navy.
I also carved statues with such precision that they appear to be living and moving.
Excuse me, I'm the one in charge of the narration.
Are you going to tell the whole thing?
The title of the myth is Daedalus and Icarus, so yes.
Can we change the end? I don't like what happens.
Whose fault is that? Among Daedalus' most famous inventions, a wooden bowl for Queen Pasiphae in a labyrinth,
Which is a complicated maze. Once you enter, good luck finding your way back out.
the labyrinth was designed to imprison a minotaur, a fearsome creature of Crete, with the body of a man and head and tail of a bull. Minotaur, that's your cue.
Roar!
Can you be more fearsome?
I'm Minotaur, hear me roar! Roar!
You're supposed to be a gruesome monster.
This adaptation is for children. I don't want to scare them.
But you eat children, Athenian children.
Oh, come on. I am deeply misunderstood. No one loves me. Everyone is scared of me. No one feeds me, except for the occasional batch of human sacrifices. Don't judge. Minotaurs gotta eat.
Regardless of the creature you see on the stage before you, the Minotaur is terrifying, pacing around the center of the labyrinth, always angry and hungry. Can you please pace and growl a bit?
Grr! Grr!
You're really letting me down here.
Gotta be me, narrator.
Moving right along then. One year, Theseus, a great Athenian hero, disguised himself and volunteered to join the 14 Athenian children who were going to be sent into the labyrinth and sacrificed to the Minotaur.
Theseus, save us!
Ha ha ha! I'm Theseus, son of God Poseidon. I will not fail you.
The children were sent into the maze, and Theseus, with the help of Daedalus,
Unwind this magical ball of string as you go to find your way back out. Also, here are a couple of tricks to find your way to the center.
Thanks, Big T.
You're welcome, little T. Better have your sword ready to go. You don't want to get eaten by the Minotaur.
Some version of my story say I use my bare hands to kill the monster. That's more dramatic.
Don't be reckless and impulsive.
Recklessness, impulsiveness, my fatal flaws. But don't worry, I've got this.
You know what?
Theseus wandered into the labyrinth, the sounds of crying, terrified Athenian children echoing throughout the dark and endless maze.
Save us, Theseus, save us!
The Minotaur was starving and began to prowl in search of delicious Athenians.
You know, I'd be fine with a nice Greek salad. Does anyone know if Grubhub will deliver to a remote island in the middle of the Mediterranean?
You don't eat salad! Stop it! Theseus used the magical string and followed Daedalus' tips on how to get to the center of the maze. After winding through the dark, creepy passageways, Theseus finally arrived at the Minotaur's lair.
Yeah!
I'm Theseus, son of Poseidon, greatest Athenian to ever live. I'm here to slay you, wretched, horrifying beast!
No need for all the name calling. Minotaur has feelings too.
And with that, Theseus killed the Minotaur.
Really? That's it? That's what you call a character arc? Can I have another scene or two?
Sorry, that's how the myth goes!
Die! 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 Take it easy! I'm dead! I'm dead! Sheesh! No respect!
Once the Minotaur was dead, Theseus followed the magical string back out of the labyrinth, gathering up the Athenian children as he went. He boarded the ship with the children and King Minos' daughter, the Cretan princess Ariadne. King Minos was furious when he discovered what had happened, and the Minotaur is dead?
Hello? What about me?
Excuse me?
I'm Ariadne, Cretan princess, daughter of King Minos and Queen Pasiphae.
I said that already. You're on the ship with Theseus, sailing away.
I'm the one Theseus went to for help. That scene with Theseus and Daedalus, nope, never happened. It was me.
This is a myth. Technically, none of this happened.
I gave Theseus the ball of string and the sword to slay the Minotaur.
Great. Ariadne helped Theseus by holding a ball of string. Now sail away.
Theseus never would have conquered that maze and the monster without me.
Thank you for setting the record straight. On with the story.
You're not giving me any more stage time? You have a lot of dudes in this play, and my story is essential to this myth. And I'm going to marry the god Dionysus.
We don't have time for that. This is the myth of Daedalus and Icarus.
Icarus hasn't even entered yet. How many pages into the script are you? Hi, I'm Icarus. This kid, seriously. Hi, I'm Icarus. What about that scene when Theseus abandoned me at the island of Naxos? I am prepared to give you some real tears when I discover that I've been left behind. Look! No! I'm gonna die here! Please don't leave me!
We need to move on. Welcome, Icarus, son of Daedalus.
I was the mistress of the labyrinth, and some say I was even a great goddess of Crete. Icarus, really, I'm out of here.
As I was saying, King Minos was furious when he discovered what had happened.
The Minotaur is dead? My daughter Ariadne has left with Theseus? How did this happen? No one knows the secrets of the labyrinth. I need answers.
No one, that is, except that brilliant designer of that magnificent maze.
Who? Who are you talking about? You know who did this?
Starts with a D, ends with an S, and rhymes with Aeschylus, sort of.
Who?
Wait, no, Pegasus, rhymes with Pegasus.
No idea. I have no idea.
Daedalus, it's Daedalus.
Daedalus, did you help Theseus?
I gave him a ball of string.
You gave me the ball of string.
Right, thank you. I gave Randy the ball of string, who in turn gave it to Theseus.
Daedalus, I must punish you and your son.
Hi, I'm Icarus.
I know who you are. Daedalus, I love the labyrinth and designed really amazing work, but you have betrayed me. You and your son will now be imprisoned in the labyrinth. Forever.
I know the way out.
My men will guard the entrance. My ships will guard the sea. There is no way for you to escape.
With that, King Minos departed, leaving Daedalus and his son Icarus in the labyrinth with no way out.
Then what? Go ahead, narrator.
Whoa, Dad, this cliff is super high up. Look at the view.
Hello, narrator, where'd you go?
Look, Dad, I can balance on the edge.
Icarus, move away from the cliff.
Oh, what are we going to do, Dad?
I need to think.
Oh, I'm going to explore the labyrinth now that the Minotaur is dead.
No, you're not.
Oh, Dad, why are you so boring?
Please, Icarus, I need to think of a plan. You understand I'm trying to keep you safe? Because I love you. Please stand still for a moment. I need to think of a plan.
Whoa, Dad, check these out. These must come from huge birds. Look at me, Dad.
Let me see that. Help me collect as many of these as you can.
What is it?
More feathers and tree branches, anything you can find.
What are you doing?
For days, Daedalus worked using bird feathers, branches from trees, and wax to build his latest and greatest invention.
What is it? What did you make?
Whoa! Wings? Come here, let me fit these onto your back.
How do I look? I mean, like Soleil, Gorge, Avi.
Great. Now help me attach mine.
There was no way out through the complicated maze with the entrance blocked, and Daedalus knew that even if he and Icarus could scale the dangerous rock face down to the ocean, King Minos' men would catch them, which meant
We're going to fly.
no human had ever overcome the force of gravity to soar through the air like a bird. If anyone was capable of such a creation, it was Daedalus.
Let's go!
Wait. If you fly too close to the ocean, your wings will get wet, pulling you into the sea.
Got it! Let's go!
I'm not done yet. If you fly too close, I crafted these together with wax. If you fly too close to the hot sun, the wax will melt, destroying the wings.
Can we fly it?
No. Are you listening to me?
Be careful! Be careful! I know.
All right, follow me.
And for the first time ever, humans took flight.
Wow, Dad, look at me!
Haha, yes! Down below, the citizens of Crete looked up and witnessed this impossible sight.
Look at me! Look at me!
Icarus, you're going too high.
I'm like a god on Mount Olympus! Yes!
Icarus flew higher and higher.
I'm a god!
Icarus, you're going too high. The wax is going to melt.
And higher still, until he was only a tiny speck in the sky.
Icarus, you're going too high. The wax is going to melt.
I'm a god!
As he flew closer and closer to the fiery heat of the sun, the wax holding the feathers and branches together melted. The wings quickly disintegrated.
Icarus, no!
Icarus fell into the sea, disappearing under the water. Daedalus couldn't do anything. Icarus had ignored his warning and fallen from the sky. Daedalus wept before his son, but kept flapping his wings, eventually arriving in Sicily. He would forever be haunted by his son Icarus' failure to heed his warning.
Well, that was fun!
Ariadne, you're still here?
I never left. I've been sitting over there the whole time.
The myth is over.
Just think, you all could have seen the wedding of Ariadne and Dionysus. Dionysus, goddess of wine and theater. That was a good reception.
That's how the story goes. It always ends with Icarus falling into the sea.
Ariadne, look me up, people.
The end. Time for the next myth.
I have often dreamed of a far-off place where a hero's welcome would be waiting for me, where the crowds would cheer when they see my face, and a voice keeps saying, "This is where
might take a lifetime, but somehow I'll see it through, and I won't look back. I can go the distance, and I'll stay on track. No, I won't accept defeat. It's an uphill slope, but I won't lose hope. I go the distance, and my journey is complete. Like a shooting star, I can go the distance. I will search the world. I will face its harms. I don't care how far. I'll be where you are. Till I find my heroes welcome waiting in your arms. Till I find my heroes welcome waiting in your
The myth of Pandora. While the gods sat upon Mount Olympus feasting on nectar, there was a young Titan, Prometheus, who yearned to make the world of mortals wiser and better than it had ever been before. There came a time when Prometheus challenged Zeus and asked him why he refused to give the human world fire.
With fire, humans will be able to warm themselves. They will be able to warm themselves and cook their harvest to nourish their families. Without it, they are no better off than beasts.
Fires are only for the gods. It is far too powerful for those lowly mortals. They will only misuse it. Or worse, they become strong and wise like us, and after a while, they might drive us from our kingdom. Sorry, but the answer is no.
And what if I asked Hestia directly? After all, she's the keeper of the hearth. Surely she'd listen to reason.
I have given you your answer. Do not cross me, Prometheus.
But Prometheus was a proud Titan, and he was determined to help the mortals. So he climbed to the top of Mount Olympus and stole an ember from the sacred hearth of Hestia. Prometheus gave fire to the humans, providing them with new warmth, strength, and power.
I am sorry that I have betrayed you, but when I saw those mortals shivering at night forced to eat raw meat, I had no choice but to intervene.
This cannot go unpunished. From this day forward, you should be forever chained to this rock.
Forever? You actually mean forever?
Don't be so bad. You have to have visitors.
Zeus was also angry with the mortals for accepting the embers and decided he would punish them as well. No longer would they live in the blissful shadow of the gods.
Let them keep their fire. I only make them 10 times more visible than they were before they had it.
Since Zeus was a clever god, he devised a clever punishment. The punishment for the mortals would take the form of a beautiful woman, the first woman on earth.
I will create a gift for the earth, a beautiful girl. She will be our own Aphrodite and be blessed with a gift from each of the gods. Hephaestus, god of craftsmanship, I order you to mold this girl in clay. Aphrodite, crown her with jewels and beauty. Athena, give her wisdom and craft. Apollo, teach her how to sing. And lastly, I will give her the greatest of all human gifts, curiosity, and we will name her Pandora, which means all gifted.
When Pandora was ready to be given to the earth, Zeus ordered Hermes to present her with one final gift.
Pandora, I present to you your final gift, this beautiful box.
Gee, thanks. How did you know I wanted a box?
Take it with you to Earth, but under no circumstances may you never open it.
Wait, why? What's inside the box?
Just promise that you'll never open it.
Earth must be waiting for me. Time to go.
And so Pandora was placed on Earth. Zeus took vengeance by presenting Pandora to Prometheus' twin brother, Epimetheus. Prometheus had warned Epimetheus to beware of Zeus.
Brother, beware of Zeus. He's going to try and trick you.
But Epimetheus was so struck by Pandora's beauty, he forgot all prior warnings.
Brother, hello? Over here, I'm still chained to this rock.
Do you hear something? No. Must be the wind.
Brother, remember me!
You're such a gracious and forgiving God to present me with such a beautiful wife. I thought you'd have it out for me after my brother disobeyed you.
All is forgiven. Have fun in your new life together. Trust me, you'll need it.
Pandora was a blessed young woman, now happily married and with every gift a mortal could ask for. But she was not perfectly happy. As the days passed, she could not stop thinking about what might be inside the box.
How I wish I could open it. I know I have everything, but if I could only see a tiny glimpse of what might be inside that box, I would know my life would be finally complete.
I'm sorry, but I can't let you. My brother betrayed the gods, and look what happened. It's for your own safety, my dear wife. It was not long before Zeus's gift of curiosity finally got the best of Pandora, and she could no longer wait to see what was inside the box. In the middle of the night, Pandora snuck out of her house and crept into the garden. She carefully placed the box on the ground.
It's only a box. I'm sure one small pig won't do any harm. Besides, who'll ever know?
Carefully, Pandora took out a little key and opened the mysterious box of the gods. No sooner had she opened it than a terrible wind came forth, and out from the box flew a swarm of human miseries. Greed,
Mine. It's all mine.
slander,
I'm not one to gossip, but a little birdie told me.
vanity,
Enough about you! What do you think of me?
and all the other evils that the world had flared up until that moment. Horrified at what she had done, she desperately tried to contain the miseries that put them down. Pandora, what have you done? Close the box! But it was too late. She lost all of them but one. Pandora clapped the lid onto the box before Hope had a chance to fly away.
Hope. At least I still have hope.
So even though Pandora made her tragic mistake and released some miseries into the world, she was able to save Hope. And that is why, though the world is not perfect and miseries do occur, we still hang on to tomorrow, always filled with the hope that things will get better with time.
The myth of Persephone. As the goddess of fertility, Demeter was in charge of all the fields and crops, and assured the earth of good harvests and abundant life. Zeus was very fond of Demeter and appreciative of all she did for the earth, and so he made Demeter his wife. Together they had a beautiful daughter, who they named Persephone. Persephone brought Demeter so much joy that she never let her daughter out of her sight. When Demeter went to the earth to look after her fields and trees, she brought Persephone with her.
Come, Persephone, let us sprinkle the flowers with the dewdrops of heaven.
Persephone was raised among the flowers and was even told that she looked like a flower herself. It was she who named all the flowers in the world.
Since you're as bright as the sun, I shall name you Sunflower. And since you're as delicate as the wind, I shall name you Daisy.
She would dance and laugh in the fields, and with her laughter came much happiness and sunshine from the gods. And it was this laughter that caught the attention of Hades, the god of the underworld.
Who dares disturb me in the middle of my beauty sleep?
Now, Hades was known to be a gloomy and grumpy god, and one who kept mostly to himself, hidden in the caves of the underworld. But hearing the laughter of Persephone suddenly stirred love in his heart.
What is this strange feeling that's come over me? Why is my frown turning upside down? I feel happy? Oh, I wish I could have this girl as my wife and bring her laughter to my tedious days.
But Hades knew that Demeter would never part with her beloved daughter, and so he devised a mischievous plan to capture the beautiful girl.
Mother, the sun is still up in the sky today. Please let me go gather flowers in the meadow.
My child, you know I desire to grant you every last request, but there's more danger in this world than your young heart can know.
Please, I promise I will return before dark. The flowers are so beautiful and plentiful that I'll make the most beautiful flower crown for you.
All right, Persephone, but do not travel far. Rest behind the trees where I cannot see you.
Thank you, Mother. I will do as you said.
But in her excitement, Persephone forgot to heed her mother's warnings. She strayed too far for her mother to see her.
Closer. Closer. Closer.
And here in the flattest part of the meadow, the ground split open. And in an instant, Hades reached up from the underworld and snatched the girl, dragging her down below. The ground quickly covered up the hole, and silence fell upon the land. Demeter realized instantly that something was wrong, and called out urgently for her daughter.
Persephone? Persephone, where are you? Persephone? Persephone, come back!
Persephone had vanished without a trace, and Hades led the frightened girl to his home in the underworld.
Do not be afraid, Persephone. You will be happy here.
How can I be happy in a home such as this, where the sun will never again touch my skin?
I will give you any gift your heart desires. I will give you a throne of black marble. I will give you all the jewels you want.
I have no use for your cold jewels. I have the warmth of the summer and the delicacy of the flowers. They are my jewels. I don't want to be queen of the underworld. I want to be with my mother.
Enough complaining. What is done is done. You will remain with me here for now. In time, you will grow happy here. Ugh. This might take longer than I thought.
In the meantime, Demeter had talked with all the birds and discovered what happened to her precious daughter. In a rage, she went to the god Zeus.
You know I'm very fond of you, Demeter. I oblige the earth with rain whenever your fields are thirsty. But what is it you ask of me now?
Your brother Hades has stolen our daughter and dragged her down to the underworld to be his queen. I demand you rescue her immediately. Justice. Justice must be had.
Please calm yourself. Though we've had our differences, Hades is a powerful god and will make a good husband to our daughter. I cannot make such a demand from my own brother.
But you've stolen her unfairly.
Though his wooing was a little abrupt, she'll be well taken care of.
Anyone but Hades. Persephone's a flower child, a daughter of the morning. No ray of sunlight will ever pierce that dark hole he calls his kingdom. She'll wither and die.
Don't be absurd. She's the daughter of Zeus. Of course she will survive.
And with that, Zeus dismissed his wife, tired of her pleading. But Demeter's sorrow was uncontrollable, and she wept day after day for her daughter. Weeks passed, and Zeus began to receive complaints from the mortals. Crops were dying, soil was dry, and no buds were blooming.
I realize I might not have been entirely fair. Can't we compromise?
As long as my daughter's away, I will weep. As I'm the goddess of fertility, while she is gone, nothing shall grow, no tree will bear fruit, and no grass will spring. The earth will grow as dry and shriveled as my heart.
Somehow, I don't think that's going to eat the mortals. Very well. Persephone will be allowed to leave Hades as long as she is not eating the food of the underworld. If she has, you realize there is nothing I can do. She will remain there forever. She'll have to remain there forever.
I'm sure she's not eaten. Her soul will be too heavy to eat.
But in fact, Persephone has been growing weak with hunger. And though nothing grew in the underworld, there was one single tree that bloomed in Hades' garden.
Come, Persephone, and taste the fruit of my tree. I'm sure that you've never had such a sweet and juicy pomegranate like this before.
It is very generous of you to share the fruit of your only tree. Maybe I've underestimated you after all.
In truth, the cunning Hades knew that once she had taken a bite from the pomegranate, she would never be able to return home to the Earth's surface.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Persephone had eaten 6 seeds when Hermes finally arrived to take her back to Earth.
Persephone, Zeus has declared that you are to return to your mother. Come with me and I shall take you home, where the lands bloom under the blessings of the sun.
Thank you, Hermes. I knew my mother would not leave me here for eternity.
But Hades interrupted before their departure.
Not so fast, my friends. Persephone has eaten 6 seeds from the fruit of the underworld, which means she must remain here for 6 months of a year. She may return to Earth for now, but I will see you again soon, my dear.
Hades smiled as he watched Persephone leave, for he knew that she would be returning to him. When Demeter saw her daughter again, she ran to her with joy.
My child, never again shall we be parted. Together we shall make nature bloom all year round.
It cannot be. She's eaten the pomegranate 6 seeds.
Oh, how I shall cry without you.
I'm sorry, Mother, but I will have to remain in the underworld for 6 months every year. It is my punishment.
Oh, how I shall cry without you.
Do not cry, Mother, for we will be happy for the time that we have.
All right. While you are here with me, I will be happy and smile upon the earth, and everything will bloom in my joy. But for the 6 months that you are gone, I will weep, and the earth will weep with me. The land goes dry and hard as my heart.
And that is why there are seasons, and why summer and winter are as they are. For when Persephone returns to her mother in the spring, the sun shines, and when she returns to Hades in the fall, the earth must sleep under frost.
Congratulations, 5B. Aren't they such an impressive team on the stage? Girls, it was an absolute pleasure to watch you in action today, and I think I can say for all of us, it is so obvious how joyful you are throughout this performance, and that makes us so proud. I loved listening to your wonderful voices, watching your careful choreography, and all of those lines that you've memorized, and most of all, your teamwork, which was so evident on stage in every single part. Ms. Hickey shared with me earlier this morning that 5B had a secret hand signal developed that if they didn't feel like they were singing loud and proud enough or dancing with enough enthusiasm, they would signal to one another, and that just tells me how excited you were to perform today. So very well done, and thank you parents and siblings and family members for coming to celebrate your daughters. And we're especially excited to have Class 1 as our audience today. If you heard the last from the top of the room, you caught every single joke and everything in between. We were delighted to have you girls, and we're excited to have the last section of Class 1 here with us tomorrow. I know that you've made it a very exciting moment of anticipation for Class 5C to perform tomorrow. And I also want to take a moment to thank your teachers who helped you prepare for today. We have Mr. Milroy and Miss Lilligren who helped the girls to create their sculptures and the charcoal drawings, which you'll see to the left and the right of the auditorium. Parents, if you didn't get a chance to see your daughter's creation, I encourage you to take a picture before you go. These were inspired, of course, by the girls' trips to the Met over the last few weeks. We also have Miss Gunther, the girls' music teacher, Miss Kim, our accompanist. So talented. We have Miss Elliott and Miss Valdir behind the stage, our wonderful light and sound team. Miss Hickey, our dance teacher. Miss Schaefer here in the corner, the girls' homework teacher. And of course, Mr. Madden, our speech teacher and playwright. Thank you, Mr. Madden.